allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting is officially called to order. Roll call, please.
Trustee Eves.
Present.
Trustee Lilly.
Present.
Trustee Dunlap.
Present.
Trustee Blakey.
Present.
Trustee Clark. Present. Trustee Marshall.
Is there anyone here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? If so, you may come forward now.
Good evening.
My name is Geraldine Marshall, and I have been a resident of Lynwood Estate since 2003. Which makes me a resident for about 20 years, just in that area. I also lived in the older section of Lynwood in the 90s. My address is 205 Walnut Drive, and I'm really a proud citizen and resident of Lynwood. I would applaud the mayor for her accomplishments of Dollar General. Also, Mae's Q House, even though it did not last, I loved it. I actually catered my Thanksgiving dinner from Mae's Q House. I can say personally that the fire department has personally responded to me when I had problems with my smoke detectors. They not only came once, but I believe they came 3 times to make sure I had all new batteries and everything was working up to speed. I was reading the mayor's comments on her accomplishments of the village, and there's one thing that she said that I want to remind her of and the rest of the trustees, that she would work diligently and listen to all of our concerns and work towards solutions. And that's why I'm here. I want to work toward a solution. I have a concern with the pond that is in the back of my home on Love Drive. And it is a beautiful pond. As a matter of fact, that was one of the main reasons that I moved into that home, because it is there. But for the last 2 years, it has been a source of concern. There's algae that is growing back there, and I've looked it up, and there's no real way we can tell whether it's good algae or if it's bad algae. The one thing that makes me a little bit concerned, a lot concerned about it, is that I noticed that the fowl are no longer coming to our pond to swim or to drink. That includes the geese, the ducks, well, we had many coming in, cranes, I don't know. Anyway, it was just a lovely place to sit out in the summer and just kind of enjoy nature. I know that there have been efforts to keep the fountain going. I just got through there, Mr. Michelle. And I want to commend you for that. But in all the 20 years that I've lived in Lynwood, we've never had the time, a fountain not flowing so that the algae and other stuff that could produce diseases would not gather there. And so I was just wondering, with several of the neighbors that I've talked to, we wondered, what can we do to ensure that that fountain is flowing so that we can stay healthy and enjoy the beauty of nature.
So I will briefly respond, and then we'll talk some more offline. All of the ponds that have fountains the fountains are serviced in May. We go out, we check to see if they're working. If they're not working, we send them off to the vendor. Once we send them off to the vendor, we're at the mercy of that vendor, who services all municipalities for the state of Illinois. So if we need parts, we're waiting for parts. We have to wait in line depending on when we got there. So the fountains are not in ponds just because we don't want to put them there. The fountains are not there because we don't have them back from the vendor. I believe there's only one fountain that's not back. And I think there are 5 total. Is it, Dan?
Yes, there are 5 total.
5 total. So 4 out of the 5 we got functional and we installed them. What you will also find out, which I just discovered earlier today, is that now we have an electrical issue underground that has to be addressed. And so none of the fountains are working as of today. And so now we have to bring in an outside contractor because that project goes beyond the scope of Public Works. And so Dan and Sam are currently looking at vendors, and we're going to get some quotes to see how much that's going to cost us. But the fountains are not there because we don't want them to be there. We know you guys love them. I know that they're beautiful. I know you enjoy sitting back there. We're doing everything in our power to get them. We also have had conversations around pricing out new fountains because those are really old, and that's part of the challenge too. The fountains are old, the electrical system is old. So we're trying to price it out to see if next year we can just go new everything, and hopefully that'll keep us going for some years. So we're working on it. We're not ignoring you. I stand firm in my commitment to listen to every resident and take action whenever I can. So please know and share that with your neighbors. And you don't have to wait until a board meeting. You can call me, you can email me, and I'll tell you exactly what's going on.
We have trouble sometimes getting responses. I think I've talked to you on the phone, but there are a lot of times I've found when I've got somebody's voice and the other not gotten no response. And the deposit, not just people, they also help to serve as a flood to keep the water flowing so that you're not inundated with floods.
Well, there's some other extenuating circumstances that contribute towards that beyond those fountains. And I'm going to share some information about some grant money that we recently received that's going to help us with flooding. But I hear you. Okay. And also know this, there are no health concerns regarding the ponds. Yeah. But there are no health concerns for the village of Lynwood, just so you know. All right. You're welcome. Can you make sure that Bianca gets your phone number before you leave? Is there anyone else here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? Ladies first.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Curry and trustees. I'm Dr. Kim Knowles, proud superintendent of Family and School District 172. We have a situation today at our school, and on behalf of the Board of Education and my administrative team, we would like to thank Chief Thomas, the Cook County Sheriff's Department, and the Lynwood Police Department work together collaboratively to ensure that the students and staff are safe. That situation had nothing to do with our school. It was unincorporated Chicago Heights, but everyone came together to make sure that we were safe and secure, and just being able to block off those roads, that was just tremendous. I would like to ask, so that my buses can get in the morning, can we do that same thing? Can we do that same thing? The police department has been just phenomenal, and I know this is the first year we've offered all school transportation, and we've had a backup, and we've received calls like, hey, what is going on? The first few days of school, you always have a few glitches, but Chief Thomas came to the school, we've talked, and things have gotten better, and now we've gotten the dismissal process down to about 9 minutes. That first week, it was 45 minutes, and traffic was really backed up, and we don't want to contribute to that. We want to be a good neighbor because you allowed us to annex it. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Just acknowledge this, and you touched on it, but this is the first time in the history of Sand Ridge that all of those babies can safely arrive to school, and they don't have to walk up and down Lynwood Dyer Road and be worried about getting hit. So kudos to you and your board, Madam President. You guys are doing phenomenal work.
Good job.
Yes.
Introduce myself first. I'm Lloyd Brooks. I'm a judge here in Cook County. I sent many of you letters that you may have received in the last week or so. I wanted to thank you. I received a invite to Lynwood. That's just the first time I've been there. Had a wonderful time. I got to meet a few people while I was there. Didn't get a chance to meet the mayor. It was right till I was about to introduce myself. We decided to teach Mayor Wells the Lynwood Shuffle. But I got to watch it happen anyway. But anyway, I wanted to thank you. It was a very wonderful time to think you didn't get to go. You missed out. The reason I'm here tonight, though, is different. I've been visiting many of the villages and towns in the Southland. I've lived in the Southland all my life. And one of the complaints that I've heard just recently as a judge is that no one ever knows who the judges are. They don't understand how the courthouse works, especially election time. We got this long list of judges at the bottom of the ballot. If you bother the board at all, because you don't know who they are. I am here to assist in that part. What I've been doing is inviting judges to forums, specifically here in Southland. I think many people will be surprised to know how many judges here in Cook County live here in your own area. Most of us stay quiet, we don't make a lot of noise, and so you don't know who we are, you don't know where we are. So, I would like to invite Lynwood and whomever would be the best contact person for this, I'm going to reach out to arrange for a forum here in Lynwood, and I would bring only judges who live in the area and who can address whatever issues you would like to hear. Any residents would like to hear things about mental health, evictions, mortgage foreclosure, divorce, probate, whatever those issues are. Just understanding how the courthouse works. I will have judges here that know those areas and who live here among you in this community that can speak to you. So I just wanted to come out and introduce myself again. Thank you for the lovely time at Lynwood Fest and to introduce the idea of having a forum for Lynwood so that your residents can come out and talk directly to judges about whatever concerns they have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We always appreciate partnership, and I look forward to us sitting down. We'll chat after the meeting, but I do have a question. Did you actually learn the Lynwood Shuffle while you were there?
That's a trick question. That's a trick question.
That's a trick question.
I enjoy watching it.
That's a hard no.
Is there anyone else here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? If not, we'll move on. Is there a motion to approve minutes dated August 8th, 2023?
Motion.
Supported.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
That motion carries. We'll now move on to our standing committee reports, starting with Public Works.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everybody. I was going to hit on the ponds, but it's already been taken care of. I'm just going to hit on a new monument that's going to be put up at Liberty Park. It's in the works right now. If anybody would like to see the picture, come up and see it. It's a work in progress right now, so I will keep you updated on when it'll be there for good. All right? Thank you, Madam Mayor.
So I have to say a thank you to Trustee Dunlap. If you've not visited our Veterans Memorial, you really should. And this is going to be a beautiful addition. And Trustee Dunlap is funding this project, so thank you. Trustee Blakey, Economic Development.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just have a few things for economic development. You all saw that, or see that Body and Mind has broken ground at the corner of Glenwood Dyer Road and Torrance. They also recently, last week, received their MWRD, that's the Metropolitan Water and Reclamation District. They received their permit last week for them to continue to move forward on their development, and so we're happy about that. Dunkin' Donuts continues to make progress daily on their development. And we have our next follow-up meeting with the retail coach, who is Aaron Farmer, who we hired probably about 6 to 8 months ago now. We have our next follow-up meeting with him on this coming Thursday, and we'll report out on that meeting at the next village board meeting. That's all I have for economic development. Can I move on to community affairs?
Yes.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to thank, Miss Marshall, Mr. Brooks, and Superintendent Knowles, as well as President Brown, for coming out to the meeting this evening. These meetings are for the residents, and so this is the opportunity for you to say what you said, for you to inform us the way that you've informed us. We really appreciate it, and for you to work with us as we help make Lynwood the best place, and not only for us to live, but also for us to do business and learn and everything else that we do in the village. So thank you very much for coming this evening. I also want to thank all of the residents who participated in full force for the Lynwood Fest 2023. It was the largest Lynwood Fest that we've had since we've been in office, and you all came out just tremendously, and it was a beautiful evening. It was a beautiful day. The kids had fun, the adults had fun, the fireworks were beautiful. I have to give a very special thanks to Dan Lieberter and Sam Garcia from Public Works. They assisted me tremendously over in the kids zone. They were out there early the day before, early the morning of, and late that evening. So Dan, I want to thank you, and please send that also to Sam Garcia. Let's give them a great big round of applause, please. I also have to thank my fellow trustees who assisted, Trustee Marshall, Trustee Lilly, and then the several different volunteers, Marion Johnson, Karima Johnson, Rosie Johnson, and my wife and my daughter, as well as a couple of other folks that from the village that came out to assist us in the volunteer area of the Kids Zone, and then everyone else who participated in just making sure that Lynwood Fest 2023 was a success. So thank you very much. I have some upcoming dates of things that you need to be aware of. September 10th is going to be our football tailgate. That's going to be in Liberty Memorial Park from 12 p.m. until 3:25 p.m. Our senior bingo is going to be September 18th. That's going to be right here in Village Hall from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. September 30th is going to be Cops and Barbers. This was a real big hit last year. We want to make sure that as many of our kids come out again this year for that. That's an opportunity to fish with our police department. And October, we don't have a date for it yet, but it's going to be a National Coffee with Cops, but it's going to happen in October. And then October 7th, at Liberty Park is going to be our October Fest. So if you thought Lynwood Fest was something, you definitely want to be at October Fest. And then last but not least, my colleague to my left, Trustee Rolanda Clark, always hosts the Glow Bike Ride, which is October 14th. So we want to put those dates on our calendar to remember those, and there are flyers that will be available as you leave this evening that look just like this. School has started both at Sand Ridge and at Nathan Hale, and I want to send another shout out to Superintendent Knowles and to President Brown for the new building facade of Sand Ridge School. It is absolutely beautiful, and yes, it does look like a school now. That's what we were concerned about for several years, is Sand Ridge not looking like a school. And thanks to the leadership of Superintendent Knowles to have the desire and the wherewithal to put forth a plan and a vision to upgrade the facade, we now have that facade. And so I want to thank her again, and thank you again for coming out. The last thing I have is the Chamber of Commerce meeting. It's going to be a coffee club networking event. It's going to happen on September 21st at 8:30 a.m. at the Lynwood Glenwood Library. And that's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Planning and Zoning, Trustee Lilly.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I have no report for Planning and Zoning. May I move on to ordinances and resolutions?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm seeking a motion on the waive first and second read action taken, resolution number 23-27, a resolution authorizing the village president to execute a professional services agreement with Hera Property Registry, LLC.
There's a motion. Is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Attorney Boyle.
Yes, good evening, everybody. The Village of Lynwood has an ordinance that requires the institutions that hold mortgages on properties in the village to register those properties with the village in the event that the properties themselves are either in default on the mortgage or vacant or both. Okay? The ordinance for a long period of time has been managed and administered by an organization called ProChamps. They were your third-party administrator. So they were taking on enforcing the ordinance, making sure the mortgage holders of those properties were properly registering and paying fees to the village that are attendant with that registration. Unexpectedly, ProChamps went out of business, so they're not around anymore. That leaves the village in a position of needing an organization to act as a third-party administrator. That's what this professional service agreement is. Hera Property Registry is an organization that is in the same line of work and is constituted with several persons that used to work at ProChamps. So they have a familiarity with your ordinance and its enforcement. The waiver of the first and second reading and immediate action is in your best interest because that would minimize any kind of disruptions with registrations and fee collections that would otherwise be happening under your ordinance. So.
Thank you. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
That motion carries.
All right, the next item I have, I'm seeking a motion to waive first, second read action taken ordinance number 23-28, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the Village of Lynwood, Illinois, Chapter 22, Businesses and Business Regulation, Article 2, Licenses and Permits, Division 2, Registration of Defaulted Mortgage Property.
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Attorney Boyle.
Yes, this ordinance goes hand in hand with the resolution that you just adopted. It amends the ordinance on property registration that I had just described to replace the ProChamps website internet domain with the internet domain of Hera Property Registry.
Thank you. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall. Yes.
That motion carries.
This concludes my report, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Health and Wellness, Trustee Clark.
Okay, guys, as my colleague over here to the right suggested, October 14th is the Going Bike Around Lynwood. It's a very fun activity and it's a healthy activity. And I just want to thank our Attorney Boyle and our trucking company who bought raffle tickets. And them buying those raffle tickets, they decided that they were going to donate the 2 bikes and the tablet to needy families. So I need everyone to pick out a needy family, send them to me, and we'll do another raffle to see who gets that. Thank you, Attorney Boyle, for that, and Chris for that. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about is this month is National Back to School Month, and get ready for kindergarten month. I know our teachers are going to be happy about that. And I want you guys to know that Lynwood never had its own school until they decided to annex into Lynwood. Now we have our own school, and I think that's a wonderful thing for Lynwood. Thanks to the board, thanks to our mayor for all of this, and I think you guys should be happy with that. I want to just go ahead and say it's National Immunization Awareness Month, as you know. Children Eye Health Month and Safety Month. National Crayon Collection Month and Family Fun Month. National Happiness Month and International Peace Month. I want to give thanks to our Public Works. Dan and his team, they worked hard in setting up Lynwood Fest. Not only did they work hard in setting it up, they worked hard in breaking it down. And the day they broke it down, we had that, remember we had that storm? I had a neighbor who had a lot of trees that fell down. And it was a lot of trees. And they were struggling trying to get all this wood and these trees to the corner and to the front of the house. And I talked to Dan, and he talked to someone, and they got the chippers out and assisted with them that area and cleaned up that whole corner, which made the neighbors happy, made me happy, and I was in peace because all that debris was not going to be blowing down the street. So thank you guys again for that. It is National Black Business Month, National Golf Month, National Water Quality Month, National Wellness Month, Dog Health Month, Spinal Muscular Atrophy Awareness Month, Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over. I know our officers are back there, like, yeah. So you don't want to make friends with our office that way, so please drive sober. National Aviation Week, Motorsport Awareness Week, and I want to say the other special event that's happening this month is our very own mayor. She's having a birthday. She's only 25 years old. So just want to let y'all know. Youngest mayor here in Lynwood having a birthday, so let's everybody say happy birthday to the mayor.
Happy birthday, Mayor.
And I can't forget my sister. She's gonna fuss. It's her birthday this month as well. So happy birthday, sis. And I think that is all I have. Oh, for the Glow in the Dark bike ride, please email me at rclark@villageoflinwood.net and sign up, because I'm giving away free glow gear. And with that free glow gear, you'll get necklaces, gloves, shoestrings, but I want to be prepared to pass it out. I don't want it to be chaotic. So register. If you don't register, you're not going to get it. And limited supplies only, so please hurry up and register for the glowing bike around Lynwood. Hope to see you guys there. That's it.
Thank you. Finance, trustee Eves.
Good evening, everyone. Motion to approve bill payment memo 1478, total cash disbursement $241,209.30, which includes the payroll for the period of July 23rd, 2023 through August 5th, 2023, and a total amount of $161,658.97.
Support.
Motion by Eves, supported by Lily. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lily.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Madam Mayor, and everyone, I would love to, I am going to congratulate again all of our village scholars, those that first-time scholars and those that are returning to college. I'm so ecstatic. We were able to give out $10,000 worth of scholarships to our students to help them with during college. We had 4 businesses that came on board that provided money into those scholarships and are feeding into those children. And I would like to say thank you, thank you, thank you. This is something that you just don't know how my heart flutters to know that we are able to help our students continue and, as they go along in college. I would like to thank the Chicago Muslim Medical Alliance. They gave 4 $1,000 scholarships. Lynwood Mobile gave 2 $1,000 scholarships. Lynwood Logistics Facility gave 4 $250 scholarships. And we had 3 students that applied to the Lynwood scholarship, and we gave each of them $1,000. So kudos. I want to thank the residents that supported the Lynwood Scholarship by the fundraisers that we had, those that participated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that concludes my report.
And thank you, trustee Eves. This is a labor of love for you. It's something that you started for this village and these young people, and it continues to grow, so thank you.
Thank you.
Public safety, trustee Marshall.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I only have one item for tonight. I'd like to make a motion to approve Michael J. Johnson as a full-time police officer for the village of Lynwood.
Supported.
Motion by Marshall, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lily.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. The title officer. Thank you. We'll now move on to our standing department head reports, starting with the police department.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, citizens. Stats for the last 2 weeks, 86 traffic stops, 3 arrests, 3 guns recovered, 100 building checks, 13 domestic incidents, and 100 calls for service. The Village of Lynwood received and is cooperating in the Illinois Department of Transportation Labor Day Traffic Enforcement Grant. This grant specifically targets occupant protection. This is basically targeting people who don't wear seat belts, child safety seats, cell phone usage while driving. Also, we're targeting impaired drivers. This is your DUI drivers and your distracted drivers, and those who are making unsafe maneuvers. So there will be speeding, improper lane changes. This grant is a reimbursement grant, so it reimburses overtime wages for those officers that participate, and this will be in effect until September 5th. So you should see more police officers out, and we will be taking advantage of this grant. Also, we are proud to announce that we had 0 incidents to report from the Lynwood Fest. So,
Outstanding.
I want to give special thanks to Chief Austin and the fire department, who was also vigilant and assisted us. I want to give special thanks to Chief Leo Smits and his first deputy chief, Arthur Jackson of Cook County Sheriff Department, who assisted us with manpower and also K-9. So I believe they gave us 6 or 7 officers and a K-9 for this event. Lynwood Police Department, for the month of August, we've hired 3 full-time officers, a part-time officer, and we graduated Officer Denton from the Police Academy. This will supplement our staffing. We're still conducting interviews, so I can tell you there's most likely more to come. And I want to give a special thanks to the Board of Commissioners, who have cooperated with us on this incident and who have also assisted us with the hiring. And lastly, we kind of piggybacking off Dr. Knowles, the event that occurred on today near Sandridge School. This was an incident where the Lynwood Police Department and Cook County Sheriff Department responded to an incident in uncooperative Cook County. It happened on Lynwood Dyer Road. This was an isolated incident. No immediate threat was to the public. Of course, Sandridge was put on a soft lockdown. There was no students nor staff members at the school ever in any harm's way or in danger at all. Also, she's not here, but Principal Pope, I was in contact with her during the incident as well. But the incident was resolved with the offender taken into custody, and I believe you can answer this question. I expect or I assume that normal school operations will be, okay, so there will be normal school operations resumed tomorrow. So you parents and those students can expect to be at school with normal school operations. And I did hear you, Dr. Knowles, and President Brown. We will continue to assist as it relates to the safe passage of the students there.
Thank you. Chief Austin.
Good evening, everyone. Fire department stats, ambulance calls were 42, the fire department responded to 1 attempting burning, 1 service call, 5 ambulance assists, 1 change of quarters call, and 1 call canceled en route. As I mentioned last board meeting, the Lynwood Fire Department has joined an organization called Project Fire Buddies. Project Fire Buddies' mission is to create a relationship and support children who's battling cancer or other life-threatening illnesses. So we are looking for kids that we can help. If anybody has a life-threatening illness or cancer, they can email us at lynwood@firebuddies.org. And then as of 6 minutes ago, we actually have 3 firefighters, well, candidate firefighters in the academy. They started yesterday, and we have 2 firefighters that just started EMT school already. So they're going through a 16-week training process. When they get done, they will be certified EMTs and certified firefighters to come aboard on the Lynwood Fire Department to get our staffing up to where we're going. And other than that ends my report.
And I just want to acknowledge, because there are some new faces in the room, this is the first time in the history of the village of Lynwood that we have staffing in our fire department 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So kudos to you, Chief. Thank you. Public Works Superintendent Leader.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Since our last board meeting, outside of normal public works routine, we've only had one water main break we had to take care of, which the guys did in about an hour. So we got that taken care of really quick, and it was touched on with the storms, so just a reminder with branches. If it's small enough to put in a brown paper bag, a brown lawn bag for homewood disposal, please do that. We encourage that. It makes picking up the entire town quicker instead of getting out for little piles. And if trees are down, we ask you cut them, cut end facing out to the curb, and we will come by and chip them on our designated week. The schedule's on the website, and if a company does it, the company has to take them. They cannot put them out for us. It's part of our village ordinance. So if the resident does it, just put it out, we'll be by, we'll take them, separate the stumps, we will pick the stumps up with a machine if they won't go through our chipper, but we will clean everything up you guys put out for us. And that ends my report.
Village Engineer, Mr. Shelby.
Thank you, Mayor. As I reported last meeting, the street project for this year is complete. We are still waiting for the contractor to come back and put the white lines where the stop signs go. And then it will probably be until the middle of September before it's cool enough to restore the sod. Other than that, that concludes my report.
Finance, Mrs. Switterick.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report tonight.
Building Department, Ms. Hurley.
Yes, the number of permits issued from August 9th to August the 22nd, 16 permits at a total of $10,746 with a valuation of $161,201. I want to remind the residents that compliance inspections are required whenever you have a change of occupancy, either by sale or by rental. So know that even if you're selling your home as an as-is sale, there is another form called an as-is affidavit that should be signed by the buyer and returned to the building department before you close, just so we know who the ownership for the repairs or the violations to that property now belongs to. If you have any other questions, call us at 708-758-6101. You can hit option 4 and you'll get the building department. And that concludes my report.
Attorney Boyle.
No report, ma'am.
Madam Clerk.
I have no report other than to swear in Michael J. Johnson.
Officer Johnson, will you step forward? Yes. Commissioner, Chief.
Full-time police officer for the village of Lynwood, according to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, officer.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Congratulations, welcome.
That concludes my report.
I just want to say to Officer Johnson, turn around and look at that wall, because all of these men are here to support you. They will have your back on the streets of Lynwood. The bar is set very high because of those faces that you see back there. So we have very high expectations of you here in Lynwood, and we look forward to seeing you become a member of our family.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
if I may, can I acknowledge Sergeant Barbie and Officer Welch came out to support Officer Johnson.
Speak up a little bit.
Sergeant Barbie and Officer Welch, who came out to support Officer Johnson. I just want to acknowledge them there as
Can
well.
you state their departments?
They're from Harvey Police Department.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out and supporting. All right, that's it. All right, it just leaves me. Ladies and gentlemen, I just have a few things for you. First of all, the Village of Lynwood offers its condolences to Hazel Crest trustee Marlon Riaz on the sudden passing of his wife. She passed away last week. She will be funeralized this week, and so we are sending over formal condolences to him and his family. We also offer our condolences to Congresswoman Robin Kelly on the sudden passing of her husband. He passed away on Friday. He will be funeralized on Thursday. I was with the Congresswoman earlier. She acknowledged all of the love and support that she has received from afar, and she is doing well. So continue to keep those two families lifted up in your prayers. I am excited to share with this village that the Village of Lynwood is one of 5 communities in the state of Illinois that was recently awarded a climate resiliency grant. This is a $16 million grant, and when I say one of 5, there are 1,295 municipalities in the state of Illinois. Lynwood was one of 5 that was awarded this grant. Sheila Edwards, our grant writer, for tackling all of that paperwork. I want to thank Superintendent Lieberter as well as Superintendent Garcia for joining Sheila and myself on the interview. It was a rigorous process, and we're just so excited because we're going to be able to use these funds to tackle some of our major stormwater issues in the village, and hopefully with the assistance of the amazing village engineer, we'll be able to alleviate, no pressure there, a lot of the flooding that you see happening throughout the village. And if there are dollars left over, we have a couple of other projects in mind. So it's a huge win for our village. I will also share that we were recently awarded a $950,000 grant to address a water issue, as well as a $150,000 grant for a feasibility study. So we are making moves in Lynwood. We're bringing money and resources into this village. So join us on the journey, stay engaged. We have great things that are happening, and we're definitely going to address those flood issues for you. I don't know if I should put this out now. I'm giving everybody one of these but you. South Suburban News has their annual Rate Your Mayor survey. Okay, you can have mine. So the papers are out on the table, but if you don't want to take the whole paper, you can just take this form. If you're interested, I appreciate the feedback. I know all of the other mayors do. The first time I was rated was last year, and I received a B+. I'm an overachiever, as well as an honor roll student, so I'm shooting for an A+ with a smiley face. And I would just encourage you all to fill out the survey. There are instructions for how you get this information back to them. But be honest, because the feedback is very helpful. I want to acknowledge Bianca Kidd for the amazing job she did with Lynwood Fest. Bianca was 1 month in, and we dropped her in the deep end of the pool with the biggest festival of the year, and she pulled it off with the assistance of Sabrina Curry, and you did a fantastic job. Public Works, Police, Fire, this board, all of the team, everybody really came together, but somebody had to coordinate that chaos, and so you did an amazing job. Thank you, Bianca. And that is all I have. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Supported.
Motion by Marshall, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. This meeting is adjourned.
6:48.
Thank you all for coming out.
You're safe. No.
this has.
I've never witnessed that before.
Okay.
It's very,